Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Antimatter Chemistry. In the last episode, we set up this amazing quarry thingy, bob, and the room for ore processing, which is really cool and amazing, and it's been running for quite a while now, so we have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of all of the resources, which is wonderful, so we can continue on with automating more stuff. One thing that I decided to do is to remove granite, andesite, diorite, and all of these slates from the quarry because we can easily just store it in drawers instead of using an igneous extruder to produce it, since we're running the quarry pretty much constantly anyway because we do have enough power to run it constantly. So what I think we'll do is we will put all of these in a separate room at some point, and we're gonna take the granite and we're gonna run it through either the chemical dissolver to get all of these, or we are gonna run it through the rock crusher to get all of this, which we can, I think then, at least some of these, we could run through the, or at least we could, I think, smelt it into things that we can run through the dissolvers then. Yeah, let's see, manganese, for example. Do we need this for a singularity? We do. So if we use this to run it through here, we get manganese directly. We also get technetium apparently, and radium, and all of that stuff. So I think it's best if we just run it through the chemical dissolver, just constantly run it through, and that would pretty much result in us getting all of the materials after a while. Because the 6.5% is very low, but it can get us enough resources, I think, for all of the singularities that we would need in the end. So the plan as well is to eventually just move all of these drawers somewhere on this wall probably, where we can kind of have the bottom portion open for more kind of like control-y bits. Because currently I did a bit of changes over here with our refined storage. We have a crafting monitor now. We also have the crafter manager, the crafting grid, the pattern grid, and then the fluid grid over here. And then on top here, I have my black hole tank with liquid meat, so I can restock my meat feeder every time I need to when I run out. And you might also be noticing that we have this storage disk full. I kind of removed the beetroots over there and I turned everything into rose red, which now means that we have 59,000 rose red in here, which is blocked on all of the storage disks. So one thing that we're gonna make is a 16,000K storage disk as soon as we get a little bit more nether quartz. So I think it is finally time that we automate nether quartz, and the simplest solution is going to be to just use a chemical combiner with silicon dioxide and barium, and we're going to toss that in our machines room wherever we have space. We can probably put it in here. Do we have another combiner? We do not. So let's do this chemical combiner, boom, over here, and then we're gonna go grab the quartz drawer from downstairs, this guy, boom, and then we can head on back to the machines room. And in here, all we're gonna do is basically just export on top to the chemical combiner. We're gonna give it some coal and some barium and some silicon dioxide, and it's gonna just output quartz out in the back into the controller slave, and that should be all good. All we need to do is lock in the target recipe. We also need a stack upgrade. I think that will be best to use in here, and we need silicon dioxide and barium, and we should be seeing this turning into quartz. Yep, okay. And then all we need is a duct and some servos. I really dislike using the retrievers. It has been causing me so many problems back here, so we're just gonna resort to using servos for each one of these. Once it produces anything, it's gonna get extracted, and that should be fine. So yeah, that is doing its thing. I don't know if it's best if we just leave it on a stack upgrade, because it does have a little bit of a pause in between. Let's see if I toss in 3 speed upgrades or 4 speed upgrades. Is that gonna be quicker? I don't think it is. Maybe this. Whoop, and not export speed upgrades. Yeah, that just makes it stop if it doesn't have... Oh no, that works. Kind of faster, I think. Ish. But it does do its thing. We are getting quartz. That is cool. So all I need to do is now leave it be and just wait until we get enough quartz in the system that we can craft ourselves the massive storage disk. So that is pretty cool. And we can keep this line for chemical combiner recipes that we would need, because it has a huge amount of recipes. And if we need anything, we can toss it in here in our machines room. Now that we have enough quartz, I believe we can start a craft on this. It's going to use up a whole bunch of resources, and we can see it all working in here, which is really cool. So that is going to take a little bit of time to get finished off, because it needs to make 2,000 of these storage parts. So I'm just going to leave it be. And in the meantime, we're going to go into our machines room, and we're going to automate some plates and also some gears. The plates, I want to just have a simple compactor here. It doesn't need auto input enabled. It really doesn't matter. I want to just have a few recipes for a few plates that we might need. And it's going to have an input on the bottom, output on the back. And we here don't really need the detector. So we're just going to grab some cable and also an importer. We can just grab all of those, and then also exporters. We're going to need those today as well. So back here, all we need is to place down an importer like so, and we're going to just flip it around with our refined storage wrench. Boom. There we go. And if we add a cable, and then we can pretty much, if we look at plate, we can request, let's say, a stack of copper plates. Boom. It's going to start doing its thing, adding copper in here, extracting it out in the back, and that works. All we need to do is just shift right click that one. It is already set, give you power. And that's pretty much done. Okay, so for our compactor to make us gears, I want to do a bit of a different system. I want to use XNet and basically store ingots in here, and then also store plates in another one. And we can basically use the sensor function from XNet to detect how many gears we have in each of these slots. And we can then correspondingly export the ingots into the compactor. So we can basically use a single compactor to automate 4 plates, or 4 gears, I mean. And we can then use another one to do the extra 4, because we have a total of 8 that we really want to have on stock all the time. I believe I did this in Enigmatica 2 expert mode, and I'm gonna see if I can even fit it in here. I kind of want it right here. So that one has the gear working die. So down here, we're gonna add basically these drawers. You hear that pounding? They're doing construction downstairs again. Well, renovation, I should say. So we're just gonna power through it. I'm not even gonna be bothered. Okay, so the compactor is gonna go here. We need an upgrade kit of this variety. See, we're missing all of the gears because we don't have them in the system just yet. So let's do tin gear. Copper, we can do bronze in here, and then also iron should be fine. And then here we're gonna do electrum, silver, gold, and lumium. There we go. Okay, so we can now make a kit, I hope, because I should have not this one. Oh, you're not. Are you not connected because the middle part is not a drawer? Not what I wanted. Whoops. Anyway, we'll fix that in a moment. So yeah, that's not connected because this crafter isn't a drawer. Right, so we have space behind those to add some trim. Oh, that... This makes it difficult for us to automate something in here. But we have space in here, so we could bring XNet cable downstairs directly and just automate it there. Because what we need to do is do some trim back here if we want this to be hooked up. Right, yeah, this kind of throws a wrench in my plans. You know what we can do? I have a better idea. Okay, so in here in the middle, we're gonna have just a white trim, I think. Just one of these framed trims, like so. And we're gonna have an oak trim right there in the back, so everything is connected. We're gonna put the crafter in the back here. If we remove that importer, I'm gonna put that there. It is currently not hooked up, but if we do a importer on top and then a cable in the back, that should hook up. There we go. And we can do all of the plates in here. And then we need to do a input on the back, output on the top. And that way this should still work if we request some plates. Let's say a stack of aluminum plates. You're still doing your thing. All we have is just a white spot in here. Okay, that works. And now we do have, I think, enough space here in the back to possibly do something with XNet. Hopefully. If not, we can just drag the cable directly down here and we can figure it out inside of there. Okay, this is gonna be super condensed, but what we're gonna do is we're just gonna connect these like so, and I'm gonna go and disconnect everything that we don't need it connecting, and then we're gonna grab just some cable from XNet, and we can bring it down here, I think, all the way down to the bottom, and here we're gonna put a connector. We're gonna put a controller right here, and then we need a couple of drawers with exportness on the side. So we could put them right here, I think. This is gonna be so messy and compact, but it's gonna be fine. Anyway, we're gonna go here and we're gonna hook this other side as well. So we're gonna go up top, boom, 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 boom. And then here we need a connector, and then a cable. Okay, so that fits in kind of nicely. I need a way to get inside. And then we need a couple of these drawers. I'm gonna just place them with locking right here and right here. And we can just bring in, yeah, we can bring in a cable from the top, and we can do exporter here and then another exporter here. And we can just go bam, bam, and then bam, bam. And then this guy is gonna have a storage downgrade in each. So we're gonna go like so. And that the same on the other side. And we need to store in 4 of the different materials that we are using for this. And this connector that is right here in the middle is what is going to power all of this. So we're going to just give you a power thing with this guy. Boom. There we go. And let's put the trim back. There we go. So you should be running. Cool. And we see all of the different things because it's not disconnected. So let me quickly disconnect everything that we don't need, and we can then hopefully set it up. We have run out of power links on one of these, so I decided to add another one on top, and I basically split the room in half. So the bottom one takes care of this side, and then the top one is going to take care of this side and this side once we get more machines in, and that way they both work and we do not have a problem with power. So now we can tackle the horrendous storage thingy for this, which is going to require a bit of tinkering. So I did label everything. So we have input right, input left, output right, output left, and we also have the compactor on the right and the compactor on the left. So what we then need to do is, for example, on the input, actually, no, we need first of all, we need a sensor channel, right? Nope, that. We need a redstone channel, which is the logic one. So we then need to, on the outputs, we need to have a sensor on each one of these. And the sensor is going to be detecting an item. And that, for example, is going to be a copper gear. And we're going to turn the color to be like orange. So it's the same. And we're going to detect, let's say, 256 of copper gears, right? And we're going to say if it's less than 256, output on orange. And then we need an item channel here, and we're gonna extract, not here. We're gonna extract on the input right. We're gonna extract a count of 4 every 5 ticks of copper only activated on orange, right? And the insert is going to be the right compactor. Insert, yeah. So we should be seeing at least copper going in here. Oh, the right one needs an upgrade. Oh, and also we're working, yeah, we need the left one, not the right one. Kit, did I not make one? Oh yeah, I didn't have the gears. So kit, and we also need the gear working thingy, this guy. Yeah, lead gear or lead plates. Have it sorted. Make me a stack, please. Thank you very much. Okay. Boom, boom. One of you, and then augments. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I should be doing the thing that I've been doing on the left side instead of the right side. So we're gonna just copy this connector and we're gonna paste it here. And we're gonna delete this one. And then the insert needs to be on the other side. So insert needs to be here. Is that working now? If we do an input on the back, output on the bottom. There we go. We should be crafting copper gears. Also, one thing that we do need to set up is on the extract, we need to keep keep 8 in the system, or 8 in the thing. So that way it doesn't extract or export too many. Why are you extracting silver? Why? Nobody told you to extract silver. You're whitelisted on copper. What? How? Why? I mean, I need some speed upgrades on this, but who told you to extract anything else but copper? How are you? I don't know why it is doing a thing, but I don't know what's happening. I don't know why this guy is accepting. It's extract count of 4. This is... So that's the right one. Okay, it's doing that because it's only getting 1 copper at a time. Let's do a stack upgrade instead of speed upgrades. So it's going to extract a stack and it's going to do 4 at a time. Every time. Yeah, there we go. And it should stop once we have 256 of these gears. So I'm going to give it a look, but it was extracting silver for some reason. Oh, you know, I know. This thermal foundation material. So in the extract, we need to match or dictionary and match meta, match MBT as well, I think should be what we need. So it shouldn't extract copper, or it shouldn't extract silver once we're done with the copper. Okay, I figured out it works. I totally had things set up on wrong things and it made too many of the things, but basically I had the sensor on the right instead of the left, and the extract I was controlling the amount in destination inventory to keep instead of on the insert. So basically for this to work, we need to extract with or dictionary matching, metadata matching, MBT matching on the color that you want with the count of 4 and to keep 8 in the inventory. You could also keep 4. It doesn't really matter. That way you only create 1 extra, I think, or yeah, probably 1 extra. But yeah, this works. It is doing its proper thing. So what we then need to do is we need to set up multiple of these for each one. So we need 4 for each drawer and we need 1 sensor channel. Can we even do this on the same thing? I think we might need 2 controllers. Yeah, we need 2 controllers, I think. So we can put it right down here, hopefully. So if we do that, you should keep the same things, right? Yeah, input left, output left. Yeah, so we're gonna grab another controller. That is a string controller, this controller. And we're gonna just break all of this because it needs to be moved anyway, or replaced later anyway. And we're gonna put the second controller here. I need to give them power, so we're just gonna go down here to this bottom one. We're gonna shift right click, and then we can just do bam and bam to give you power. Cool. So now we can do basically the exact same thing. This should still have the same stuff and the same workings as well. Okay, so we need here, let's do one together. Extract. We're gonna extract, let's say, which one would be the next one? Tin, for example. So we're going to extract with metadata matching. We're going to do count of 8. And we're going to do tin ingots. And we need on the sensor one here, we need an item to be less or equal to 5/6 of tin gear. And we're going to output on, let's say, some sort of bluish color. Yeah, that's fine. And we're going to here set extract to be blue. And then we need an insert with only keep 8 in here. So this should start working on the tin. There we go. And once it's complete, it will stop. And I will basically go around and do this 6 more times for all of the other ones. As you can clearly see, this is fully working. It is doing its thing, and we are just finishing up on the last gear over here. It's currently, I think, making the electrum gears, and I decided to add a few plates here in the middle with just placing P. With the Draconic Evolution, you can do P and place things on the wall. So you can place up to 4 things, I believe, maybe even more. Can you do more? No. Okay. So we have 4 plates just to designate this guy is making plates. We don't need to have a drawer specifically there, which is cool. And I decided to do a bit of a different thing over here because if we have a combiner, I'm just gonna make another one just to show you what happens. If we have one of these and we do have covers here. We have this exporter on top and then we put a cover on it. It does the whole lighting glitch thing because it's not a full block. You can see it's a bit wonky, and here it's all nice and pretty. So basically what we're gonna do over here is I just have the drawer trim going all the way up to here with a controller slave on top. That way we can have the extract item duct going directly into here with a few covers, which don't give it the whole lighting glitch thing. And then here in the back, we can have the exporter that's controlled with redstone with this detector. So that just solves the issue, and we just kind of extract up and above, basically. So it is looking pretty cool as well. So that's neat. It's almost complete with the 10,000 quartz. And I think by now we should have the disk completed. So if we look at storage disk, can we make just the storage housing? I think, no, storage part. Is it not from the reborn? Yeah. This is what we need. Where are you? 16,000K storage disk. Okay, so we need some more quartz enriched iron. Just make me a few more of those. Thank you very much. 16,000K storage disk. So we're gonna just do this, and then we're gonna grab both of these, which is possibly gonna start doing a whole bunch of stuff in our machines. Do I not have the disk mill? I put it down here. Okay, so this needs, see, I remember things. We need upgrades. 3 of these and 1 of these before we do anything with these storage disks. So bam, bam, go. Clean them out and put them in here. And now we have so much space that we're never gonna fill up. That is really cool. I decided to put a hole in the wall here in the back, and we're gonna move most of these drawers into here. I'm gonna go through basically everything in here, and we're gonna see, for example, bricks we can automate with a redstone furnace, so those can go into a machines room, and the rest we're pretty much just gonna toss over here. So I'm gonna go around and see how many drawers we actually need to move and how much space it's gonna take, and see if we can actually make it look pretty. And I also just noted this is wonky because I messed it up. We need to go like this. Whoops, and then just break this. We are basically storing everything in drawers where it's produced. So I think the easiest solution is to just move all of the drawers to where we're actually making the item. So we can basically go over to the wither skeleton spawner and move in the wither skeleton skulls, the drops of evil, the wither dust, the bones, and then we can move rotten flesh to the zombies. And for example, the gold, which we are producing with multiple ways. We are using the spawner, plus we have it in, not here, in the quarry room, right here. And I don't even know if I showed you, but I did remove the trash can and I added a furnace just so it picks up directly from the pulverizer here all of the processed gold, and then it comes in here and it gets furnaced into this controller slave, which puts it in the drawer. So that is basically a simple way of processing the gold as well, so we don't really waste it, even though we don't really need more gold than 1.3 million, but you know, let's just fill up the drawer. Why not? So basically, let's just go over to the spawner dimension, which is the deep dark. And in here, I have a network transmitter somewhere here in the floor. I think I centered it onto here. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so I have this network transmitter receiver thing, and I could set up one for each of the spawners, but I think it's cheaper to just run cable to all of the spawners. So what we're gonna do is down here, we're just gonna make a little 2 high, maybe 3 high tunnel, so I can walk inside of it as well. And we're possibly just gonna open it up like this, and basically run it to the center of each spawner, and we can just bring the cable here inside of the floor. Yeah, we can bring it underneath the floor and then up over here. And then here, instead of having this ender chest, we're gonna pretty much hide the ender tank and set up a drawer system and just store everything using the controller directly into a drawer controller. I think that will work just fine. I ran some cable over to each one of the spawners. You can see kind of the lines going through all of the places. And we now have to just grab each one of the drawers that each spawner produces. So for example, for the wither skeleton spawner, we need the wither dust and the wither skeleton skull. And that should be it, I think. And we're gonna toss them all where the spawner is down below. So for this one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drawers. So basically it's gonna fit in perfectly right over here. So we can get rid of all of this, and all of this, and we can just add all of our drawers. Do we have another compacting one? I don't think we do, but we can add, for example, bones to like a compacting drawer. I think that would work. Did I not have another one? Hello? No? You know what? We'll possibly just turn on each of the spawners individually just so we get a feel for what the spawner drops, because I did delete some stuff in the trash can here, but what I need to do next is I need to designate an ender chest that is going to be our loot crate ender chest, because each of the spawners is going to produce loot crates, and we're not going to toss them in drawers at each spawner. We're just going to basically put them inside of the ender chest and then automatically open them outside. So let me go around and add drawers to all of the spawners, see if I can get them looking quite okay and pretty, and then we can figure out how we're gonna do the whole loot crate thing and store everything. I believe the simple way to do this is to just have a connector for each one of these, and we can have them nice in a line, and we can control everything through here. And this guy is getting power from a wireless RF transmitter, which is gonna be hidden in the floor here. And basically what we're doing is we're extracting and then inserting into the trash can, into the ender chest, and into the drawer controller. And I just have priority upped on the drawer controller, so everything goes in here first. And then the rest of the stuff basically just gets trash canned. We don't need sticks, we don't need redstone, because we're getting redstone from our quarry. And we're also getting sticks from just planks that I think I set up in between episodes. I might have not shown that, but I did set it up. So we have that fully automated. And on the insert here, I just have the loot crate and the other dimensional loot crate. We also need to get one of these, the rare loot crate, but we'll just wait for that to happen. And I think it should still go in here because everything else is whitelisted. So we should keep it in the white, black, white ender chest, and that's going to be our loot crate ender chest. So we can basically close all of this up, and it's going to look nice and pretty down here. And I'm going to take this transmitter with me, and I can go and right click it on each one of those receivers over there, so we can turn on the spawner and see what drops we get, and we can sort them in their proper spots. I have finished setting up all the drawers in the deep dark dimension on our spawners, and I looked at the drawers that we still had at the base, and I have a few that we can still quickly automate with no real hassle. We can do an automation for nether wart. We're gonna set this to be emit when we are under, it's gonna be 10,000, actually 100,000, just because we have 141,000 of this. So we're just gonna do an exporter with redstone mode, nether wart, fluxed phytogrow, and that should be it. This guy should be configured correctly, so we should export the nether wart here, and we should have access to nether wart in the system. The clay, on the other hand, is going to be a fluid infuser, so I'm going to put this here. Do I have a fluid infuser? I do. Cool. Okay, so we are getting dirt from our quarry, and we can easily give you some power like so. And then here on top, we need a detector and also an exporter in the middle, so we can do detector and then exporter, and we need a water bucket, and the exporter is gonna, yeah, we need 2 exporters, plus we need to transfer out of this. Right, so we need water, and we also need dirt to be outputted into here. So I have the space in the back to do the How do we do this? Actually, I have space up here, right? So we're gonna remove the detector from here, toss you here. We're gonna set emit when we're under, let's say, 100,000 of clay. 100,000, 100,000. Cool. So here we're gonna say export only work with redstone signal, and we're gonna set this for dirt. And then back here, we're gonna have another exporter. We're gonna face it in the wall and then just flip it. Add a cable right here. And this guy is just gonna export water directly here. So we should have water coming in, and if we run out of 100,000 clay, this should get made. The only thing then I would need to extract it out, because this is gonna make, if we look at clay, I believe it makes clay blocks. Yeah, we can put podzol or dirt or grass or whatever and turn it into clay. So we also need some upgrades. Bam and bam. And I need a transfer. I mean, I could get away with using an ender porcupine. And that way I can transfer directly into the drawers. Do I not have a porcupine? Did I thought I made some at some point. It's not that difficult to make. So, boom, ender porcupine. This is from Extra Utilities 2. And what you can do with this is you can basically set it up in a way where we can basically access the block without having to access the block directly. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring a little bit of the drawer trim up here, and we're gonna grab a controller slave that I have conveniently set up a recipe for. And we can put that, we'll put that in the wall right here. We're gonna put the porcupine right here. I'm gonna grab a duct and a servo. I'm gonna toss you up here. And let's break inside so we can actually see. Can I even add a servo? Oh, maybe not until, yeah. Okay, so it's not doing anything. So if we go down by a couple blocks and then down by a couple blocks, we should see it accessing there. And then we need to go one forward and one forward. So we're accessing the fluid infuser right now, and we can do an extract like so. And I just want to show you that this works. We're going to turn this guy off. It's going to turn it into clay. You're getting power. Okay. You're making clay blocks, and we are storing them in here. You can see they're going up slowly and slowly. So that is basically extracting directly out of the fluid infuser, which is kind of cool. So let's turn this back to redstone mode and cover everything up with a nice cover. And that is pretty cool. And again, I did the same thing. I did the thing up there because we can also control this with an ender porcupine. From the for the exporting. So what we'll actually do, we're gonna take this detector out. We're gonna put an exporter. How do we do this? So let me see if I can figure it out off camera, because I think this is gonna take a moment. I managed to figure it out. We are going to have the impulse item duct extracting into the controller slave right here, which is viewing all of the things down here. And it is just connected like so with some drawer trim. And then we have still the exporter for the water right here without a redstone signal, the detector here, and then an exporter here for dirt with a redstone signal. And I also added some speed upgrades so it's a little bit faster. So that is functioning, and we can now cover it up. And this cover is right here. And I get some of the regular covers from thermal. There we go. No lighting glitches. Cool. All right. So the next thing is the Igneous extruder to make obsidian. And I don't really know where I want to put this to make it look nice. So we're just going to put it somewhere here in the corner. It doesn't matter. We're actually going to use 3 more Igneous extruders, I think, if we want to consistently make andesite and granite and diorite, even though we're probably not going to use that. We have the quarry, so it should be fine. Anyhoozle, let's take the obsidian, and we're going to put it right here. Boom. And then we need some kits, or at least one. like so, and a couple of augments. There we go. Boom. That. And then we also need to give you some power, like so. And then we need a detector and an exporter. And this should be all we need for this. So if we do that, and set this guy to be input on top, output on the bottom, set you for obsidian, fluids, water, and then some lava. Boom. There we go. And possibly a speed or stack upgrade should do the trick. Stack upgrade. Yep, pretty cool. Okay, so all we need is then to turn this on to redstone mode, grab a piece of obsidian, and we're going to set you to 100,000. There we go. Okay, so that should make a bunch of obsidian, and that should be pretty cool. Right, we can get another cover and just cover it. And yet again, we have a lighting glitch issue, so we're going to come back here, and we're going to take this exporter down. We're going to put it right back here, and we just need to set this to be input on the back. You need to be redstone mode, water, lava, stack upgrade, and that should work the same. And we can just do that. Sorted. So basically, out of all the drawers that we have left, we just have this bunch, and 5 of these, the 3 on top and the 2 on bottom, are going to get moved where we're going to set up a permanent location for our loot crate opener, which is that guy right there. And I'm going to move that in between episodes because you've seen me set it up, and we're just going to do the exact same thing. And then these, I don't really know where we're going to put, because this is most of the stuff that I get from the quarry. So to be honest, we don't really need to have them on display. We could potentially move them right here, or maybe in betwixt here, but I don't really want to ruin the look of our periodic table. So maybe we can move it just in the quarry room here, just somewhere here on top. We can possibly build up the walls a little bit and kind of set this up as another room that you can access to, and then the drawers are just on the wall. I think that might look okay. But I will do all of that in between episodes, and I want to thank you all so much for watching this one. If you did enjoy it, please make sure to smash the like button. You can also subscribe to get notified when new videos go live, and you can support me on Patreon as well if you want. And I will see you all in the next episode. Have a good one. Bye-bye.